So there's a story out today in Newsweek. It says supporters urge Joe Biden not to debate Donald Trump. So this is a big deal because people don't want Joe Biden to debate Trump for a couple of reasons. One of them being, hey, why even take the risk if you're so far ahead and Trump is just kind of digging himself into a hole? Why functioning ability and say, hey, it's just not a good idea. But honestly, to the latter, his debate performances haven't been bad enough to warrant that. And I definitely think they're, putting him on something right before the debates. Because in that final debate that he had with Bernie, he was really oddly, really active and really just like kind of a dog pouncing on everything, which is very out of character for Joe Biden. So there's definitely something going on there. But it says Democratic strategists and supporters of Vice President Joe Biden are urging him not to debate President Donald Trump in the lead up to Election Day, citing Trump's publicity stunts and disregard for the rules in 2016. Meanwhile, Biden backers, including some conservatives, applauding the University of Notre Dame and the University of Michigan for canceling their scheduled debates over COVID-19 concerns. Former White House Press Secretary Joe Lockhart joined several Democratic Party strategists in bluntly advising Biden, whatever you do, don't debate Trump. And so he's a CNN analyst who appeared on Michael Smirkanish's show on CNN to basically say, don't do it. And he says that it can be justified on the ground that Donald Trump is a pathological liar, which he is. But Joe Biden is also a pathological liar. And I think he might even have a stronger impulse of lying than Trump does if you go back and look at what he says. Now, it's hard to measure, of course, but the way that Joe Biden lies is really remarkable, to the point where it's like, to me, the key defining factor of a pathological liar is where you just lie about like these random little details where it's just like, why did you need to do that? Where did you even come up with that kind of a detail that's a lie? That's really, remarkable to me. But my personal thoughts on this, I think that Joe Biden is probably better off. I'm a little torn on this one because I can see both sides. I could see this being beneficial for Biden if he does debate Donald Trump, considering his most recent debate performance. I think that he would end up being just fine. But I do think that at this point in time, the strategy for the Biden campaign, if they're trying to win, is basically shut up, don't say anything at all, and basically just let Trump just yap his mouth nonstop, because that's what's gotten him into so much trouble. His actions on Corona, his actions with George Floyd, everything that he's done and continues to do on a very daily basis is completely digging him underwater. And so he's completely imploded. The polls are completely out of his flow. We also see Ron DeSantis' approval numbers plummeting, which is going to be definitely a big indicator for the general election when it comes to Florida, which is obviously a swing state. And I think that Trump is probably asking for this debate because he needs Biden to speak more, and he really needs this opportunity. So if I had to lean in one direction, I'm actually leaning towards not debating Trump, because there's a lot of justifications that you could bring up. Yeah, Trump is a pathological liar. He's getting desperate. You could even bring up Corona concerns and stuff like that. So I think that there's a lot of things that you could do to do that. But I also don't think that if he debates him, it'll be like the end of the world, because they give him whatever addies or whatever they're giving him before the debate. So I'm sure he'd be just fine in that debate anyways. So either way, I think it's not really going to be the worst. I think the worst possible outcome could be, let's say he debates and there's the odd chance that he completely implodes. I think that that's possible, but still pretty unlikely. But overall, I would probably say the better strategy would to be not to debate him, because just let Trump talk. Again, the difference between Trump now and in Trump in 2016, Trump is actually president now. He has actions he has to be held accountable for, and so that's why he's getting hammered so bad, is because people aren't going to forget Corona. They're not going to forget George Floyd. These are real things people are going to remember. They will not forget these things. And so that's why I think the better strategy for Biden's campaign is just, I guess I wouldn't do it.